Hello again. Welcome back from our Roundtable show presented by Ralphie's. If you were watching us on Saturday nights, then you already know we're here. If you haven't before, we're going to talk some sports here for the next half hour. I'm Norm Weimer. This is Big John Milkowski. This is Marty Bin. How you doing, guys?
Fantastic.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like years.
I miss our weekly arguments.
Yeah, this will
It's
be
like the old Monty Python thing. I'll have an argument now.
This will be our permanent spot on Sunday morning at 11:30. So good to be here. Now nobody complain it's too late.
Apparently those people don't own DVRs.
Well, some people don't.
Yeah, but now it might be too early. Everybody that's going to church, I miss you because I was at church.
You know, people that go to church wouldn't watch us anyway.
Okay.
All right, first things first, the thing that's dominating everything.
So the sports take on it is nobody's going to be able to be in person at anything.
I was shocked when the NCAA came out earlier this week and said the entire tournament was going to be fanless. I don't know if fanless is a word.
But doesn't that tell you what the experts are saying the real risks are? I mean, all that does is tell you that they know that we haven't even scratched the surface of what's about to come in America. And they're just getting ahead of it by saying, let's shut it down now, get the travel plans canceled, stop it, stop March Madness from becoming madness.
Well, yeah, I mean, my sister lives in Seattle, so, I mean, they've been dealing with it for 2 or 3 more weeks more than we have.
Right.
And it's, I mean, it's bad. It's, there's not a lot of going on out there.
Yeah, we all believe in science here, so we're not going to argue that point.
Yeah, no, there's no other side to that argument in this group. There's not the.
No, there isn't.
And by the way, if one more person tells me, well, more people die of the flu, I literally am. If you're that person, don't come near me because I may choke you, and then you won't have to get sick from the virus. Because I am sick of that line of irresponsibility on behalf of the people that don't. I mean, read, and not just a tweet. You might have to actually read half an article.
Well, my friend said.
That guy? Yes.
I heard on Twitter.
Yes.
That guy.
It's no more deadly than the flu. Oh, wait. 0.002%, not 2%. It's between 10 and 20 times more deadly.
Right.
Oh, my favorite is when the flu is spelled F-L-U-E.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's no more deadly than your flu in your chimney.
Well, I'm 55. I had pneumonia twice, so that's something I have to avoid.
Yeah.
No
So
choice.
I think getting ahead of this is a great idea, and if athletes are disappointed, oh well. I mean, it's better than the alternative, which is
Everybody just take a collective breath here. This will be over before you know it, hopefully, and we'll get through it. And
well, it will get warmer. That will slow it down, and if people quit,
we think.
Right. Most scientists,
not
believe,
us, but yeah.
right. Most scientists I've read believe the summer will help this tremendously, and if people quit gathering in large groups and it doesn't spread.
Actually, because your immune system is not as compromised in the summer as it is in the winter.
Right.
So that's generally why. I got a friend that's an EMT, and
well,
they've been briefed on it.
Apparently, sunlight kills this relatively quickly. It lasts a mere second or two in sunlight, but devoid of sunlight, it can last as much as 10 or 12 seconds for transmission.
It can be a couple hours in the air, but it can be 2 to 3 days on things. So depending on what the thing is.
Yeah, no, I think they're doing the right thing. You gotta, because I keep seeing, well, maybe they're going to cancel the whole tournament. I don't think they're going to cancel the whole tournament, but I mean, the NCAA is going to have to make some big changes here because, I mean, they've got Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the Final Four.
How are they going to pay for everything? That's what I was wondering.
Well, they're talking about trying to downsize, and instead of having,
you know what I'm saying? You got no concession, no ticket money coming in. How are you going to pay for the arenas and?
Well, my favorite line of questioning that I heard today, again from the swarthy masses who don't read, was, well, yeah, but the TV ratings will be way up. Right, because the 12,000 people that weren't there are going to move the needle on the Nielsen ratings. I mean, apparently they have no idea the economies of scale.
Well, everybody will be stuck at home, so you have to watch something.
Okay.
I mean,
right.
And yes, the 20,000 people that would have been at the event, they will be watching as
right. But that's really going to move the needle for TV ratings. 20,000 people during a tournament that millions of people already watch.
That'd like double the XFL ratings.
And then the murder rates will go up, and in 9 months the birth rates will go up.
Absolutely.
Yes. Also true. Happens with
Yeah, new baby boomers.
Had to get the first dig in on the XFL, didn't he?
He did.
See what I put
well,
on?
I was waiting for the
Segment
point
3, why John hates the XFL.
Well, I was waiting for it to come up where John said, we know there are not going to be any fans fans or bands
Seattle.
going in Seattle, and John be like, how's that different than last week? I was waiting for John.
It's actually not true.
In John's world, it's absolutely true, and it was 100% chance of you saying it.
Well, because I asked him the other day, I said, how can you hate it if you haven't watched it?
Well, I haven't really said I hated it. I knew what was going to happen. You start here, and by the time...
Well, nothing has happened, really. Well, if you want to get into this, we can get into this.
It's lasted longer than the other one already.
You have to look at how it's structured. And we could get into all that, and my explanation is going to take longer than the 2 minutes we have before break. So we can get into that next segment. How's that?
Fine.
We'll put the other thing off and go. But no matter what you do with the coronavirus, and people are going to complain. If you're cautious on the one end, all the others are going to do, oh, you're overreacting, and then,
Okay, you and we've all had this conversation. The people that are griping because they can't go to a sporting event remind me of the people that when the tornado warning guy comes on your TV in the middle of Seinfeld or the football game, you complain because the guy's trying to save somebody's life, but it doesn't hit your area of town. It's somebody else's, so you're inconvenienced, so you're blowing up whatever because they actually are putting out that there's a major weather event.
Since I grew up near Millbury,
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
And again, if you're that person, don't come near me right now. I can't talk to you.
This seems to be a recurring theme here in this episode.
Look, there are just certain things that make me angry, and when people are that selfish over something that doesn't, whatever you were watching on TV is not more important than someone dying in a tornado. Whatever game you thought you wanted to go to isn't more important than you being part of transmitting this and then blowing up our healthcare system. And if you want to know about it, read about what's happened in Italy. The problem isn't how many people are getting it, it's that they all get it at once, and there's not enough healthcare workers, and the system can't handle it. So people that would otherwise be able to be treated and get through it and not die are now dying simply because there's not enough healthcare resources. We don't need that. So you have to slow it down. And if you slow it down, it doesn't mean it won't eventually run through the country. It just won't run through it all at once.
And just know if you turn on a tournament game and you don't see any fans there, it's not necessarily a MAC game. Okay? Let's take
okay, why Norm hates the MAC.
Take a time
Shot
out.
number 2. Holy
And we'll be back.
smokes.
So for our Roundtable show presented by Ralphie's.
Bring yourself to Ralphie's. Yeah, it's that good. It's that good no matter what your taste. It's that good. Come early, stay late. Burgers and beer. A shot of cheer. Great food and fun. It's that good here. Bring yourself to Ralphie's. Yeah, it's that good.
What can you expect from working with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation? Our branch manager, Marty Bin, can help you navigate through the loan process with the service and speed you deserve. Contact Marty today to get pre-qualified. Make your home buying dreams a reality. Call 419-481-8696 to speak with Marty Bin today.
Bankruptcy can stop wage garnishments, collection calls, harassment, lawsuits, utility shutoffs, evictions, foreclosures, just to name a few. The law offices of Patricia A. Kovach are dedicated almost exclusively to representing the people and businesses who are overwhelmed by debt. Is your debt keeping you awake at night? Call us at 419-787-2666. The law offices of Patricia A. Kovach.
Back we are for our Roundtable show presented by Ralphie's. And don't forget, half-price appetizers at Ralphie's after 9. Also, the 10-count wings are half-price after 9, which I indulged in last Friday, as a matter of fact. So, good place to watch a game anytime at these guys, Ralphie's.
And if you're quarantined, they have takeout.
And I'm sure
If you're self-quarantined,
I'm sure they
DoorDash,
deliver.
right?
Yeah.
You get your
I don't know if I
DoorDash
want the
going in.
DoorDash guy touching everything if I'm self-quarantining. That sounds like just like the people on the cruise ship that were bringing the food around,
God.
spreading it to everybody.
Yeah.
Ixnay
Well,
on the spread scale.
I saw something where the people that deliver people's food is that 42% of them actually pick something out of the bag and eat it.
Yeah, I was telling my wife earlier this week, I said, we haven't had a good buffet in a while. I don't think this is the time to go.
Nope. Nope.
And we'll push that down the line a little bit.
All right. Yeah, we're
So now we're going to talk about Tom Brady,
trying to
the
be
Raider.
serious about it.
Tom
Unless,
Brady, the
we're
Raider.
talking about why John hates the XFL.
No, I thought we were going to talk about why Tom Brady's going to be a Raider.
Well, yeah, but I teased at the end of the last segment, if you were listening, which you weren't.
What?
See, this says topics Marty won't follow right here.
Yes.
Well, but he was trying to follow.
I was
You've
trying to
got-
follow
you've
it, and that's
got
what
two.
threw us off track. Fine. Why do you hate the XFL?
I don't hate it. I have no interest.
But every chance you have to text us something negative,
I'm just saying, I call it.
You have certainly painted yourself as a hater in our group text. I'm just saying.
If you go back and look at the show right before it started, or right after week 1, I said, I know how this is going to go. The ratings will be up here, and they're going to go down here. And that's exactly what's happened. The ratings have dropped double digits every week.
see, when I watch something, I don't care if anybody else is watching it.
Well, I don't need,
It doesn't even factor in. Matter of fact,
Well, that's why we do this show.
If people aren't watching it, I'm more apt to watch it. Like if you're leaving a mall and everybody's going through one door, I have to go through the other one.
well, I'm a big, everybody said baseball's dying because of all these things. I don't care. I'm still going to watch it.
I watched Cheers its first year when it was dead last in the ratings.
Well, speaking of a national professional sport that will suffer dramatically financially if games aren't able to be attended, it would impact baseball significantly more than any other sport because of the number of people that go through the gates, the number of games, and because their TV revenue is not as big a percentage of their total revenue as other sports.
I wouldn't say, I don't know about that because all the Major League Baseball money is local. And these teams have huge local TV net
We'll
deals.
see what they do. I know the Mariners have
already moved their games.
moved their March games
Yeah.
already. So, but back to the XFL. Before you start digging the grave for the XFL, don't do it because it's not going to happen. There's a couple of reasons why. One,
I'm going to record the rest of this. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll take the time. Go ahead. Go on.
No, it's all right.
Go ahead, record.
We're already
We're being
recording. We
recorded.
can
I just
pull
want
it
it
up
on
on
my phone so I can send
pull it
it
up
back
on
in one of our
Yeah,
snippets.
but obviously you guys are unaware of how it's set up. Because first of all, they're not. The networks aren't paying any rights fees.
Right.
Well, they didn't the first time either.
So the ratings that they're getting are fine because it's not costing them anything. And quite frankly, if you compare it to like other college basketball and stuff that's on, it's doing
They're
fine.
getting beat.
Huh?
They're getting beat.
No, they're not.
By a lot of them, they are.
No. Well, if you got a headline game,
Well, yeah, they're not getting beat
there's
by.
all kinds of college basketball on.
Well, you're right. McNeese State and
I guarantee
Southern Oklahoma is.
I guarantee it's doing better than Skip Bayless. Okay.
That's a pretty low bar.
I was
So
going to say,
anyway.
I don't even know what just happened on this show. We were just using Skip Bayless as the litmus test.
The networks are not out any money. Two, they're also doing sharing of revenue and expenses with the cities that own the stadiums. So it's set up to make sure that nobody
loses.
Nobody gets buried.
Nobody's taking a bath.
But there's a number of cities where it's doing great. St. Louis, they love it. Absolutely love it. Washington, they've been selling out that soccer stadium. Did you see the beer cups? Well, I know you did.
Can't say I had, no.
And then, quite frankly, if you haven't watched it, you should because it's pretty good football. And there's a number of guys that are going to get NFL contracts. And here's the other thing that I wanted to throw out too. They're going to change how they do things in the NFL. They're going to go down to 2 exhibition games. You can see this coming. So now where are these guys, these fringe guys that are trying to catch on? where are they going to be able to play to get noticed? Because quite frankly, if there's 2 exhibition games, they're hardly going to get to play at all.
No, you're going to get 1 game maybe.
Maybe.
Because then your starters are going to have to play in the week 2.
Or 2 halves.
Yeah. I still don't, I mean, guys trying out for the NFL just doesn't.
P.J. Walker's been fun to watch for Houston. He's been great fun to watch. He's been hitting guys in stride 40, 50 yards downfield, which is absolutely fantastic to watch. He'll get on an NFL team. Ricky Proehl's son, who's a wide receiver, he's going to get signed by somebody. If you haven't seen Nate Holley from Whitmer, they on the last week's game they said we got a star being born here, and it's terrific to watch him play and just like he did in high school. Plays extremely hard. Had a 49-yard touchdown reception in the last game. So now Cardale Jones got benched for throwing all kinds of interceptions. But
he didn't come here to do XFL.
the other thing that I like, though, too, is the play clock's 25 seconds and not 40. So it's much quicker. You don't have to find a book to read in between plays.
Well, it's much quicker, but a lot of your games are 20-17.
Not now.
Maybe,
The one was
it's better
40-something to 30-something this past week because the offenses have caught up. Defenses are always going to be.
Yeah, defenses generally start
Ahead
any
early.
season ahead. You don't generally get big offensive explosions in college and whatever unless
But
it's
if
a
you're
mismatch.
expecting it to be the NFL, it's not going to be the NFL. But then college football is not the NFL either. Neither is high school football.
Well, that was it. So I was going to leave
The
this
Mudhens
out.
aren't Major League Baseball.
So that was a question that's been thrown out there, and I guess I'll ask your opinion. We know you are not watching, so it doesn't matter. But whether if you put the Final 4 teams in the college football playoff against those teams, what would the result be?
Oh, the XFL would still win. No, they're still grown men.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that have had cups of coffee in the NFL. And there's guys that have been drafted by their teams, 2nd round, 3rd round, things like that, where they've run into injury problems, and they're healthy now and they're working to come back. So.
Well, but even that, you can't put 24, 25-year-old guys against 18, 19-year-old guys. I mean, the size may be the same.
Well, sure you can. That's called BYU against somebody else. I mean, I'm so confused.
Or
Chris Winkie.
a big conference team against the MAC.
But
that was interesting. Hates the XFL, hates the MAC. Our segment might be complete.
I don't hate the MAC.
Well, you pick on it. I know you want a MAC level championship. I know. You're not getting it.
Putting it in a little perspective, that's all. All right, let's take a time out. When we come back, we'll talk about what Marty wants to talk about here with Tom Brady. It's our Roundtable show presented by Ralphie's.
What can you expect from working with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation? Our branch manager, Marty Bin, can help you navigate through the loan process with the service and speed you deserve. Contact Marty today to get pre-qualified. Make your home buying dreams a reality. Call 419-481-8696 to speak with Marty Bin today.
Bring yourself to Ralphie's. Yeah, it's that good. It's that good no matter what your taste. It's that good. Come early, stay late. Burgers and beer, a shot of cheer. Great food and fun. It's that good here. Bring yourself to Ralphie's. Yeah, it's that good.
Bankruptcy can stop wage garnishments, collection calls, harassment, lawsuits, utility shutoffs, evictions, foreclosures, just to name a few. The law offices of Patricia A. Kovach are dedicated almost exclusively to representing the people and businesses who are overwhelmed by debt. Is your debt keeping you awake at night? Call us at 419-787-2666. The law offices of Patricia A. Kovach.
All right, back we are, Front Row Roundtable show presented by Ralphie's. Norm Weimer, Big John Malkowski, Marty Bin. What's going on at Fairway Mortgage?
It's been a crazy couple weeks. we had a spike in refinancing as rates came down with the coronavirus scare, and then the credit markets started seizing up a couple days ago, and now it's hard to get money to refinance because there's not enough. Basically, you have, I don't want to get too deep in the weeds, but you have $12 trillion in outstanding mortgage debt in America, and $8 trillion of that probably could refinance. So you have $1 trillion trying to do it all at once when that's normally a whole year's worth of volume, and there's only a finite amount of money at every moment to go around. So all of a sudden, even though rates should be ticking down still with the scare, they started ticking up because there's, it's a supply and demand problem. So it's a strange time.
We were supposed to have a Powerbomb wrestling event later on today. That has been canceled. Our next event will be on April 19th. If you have tickets to that, by the way, hang on to them because we're going to send you out tickets for the April 19th show. All right. Tom Brady.
The Raiders.
Did you hear about the reported demand by Tom Brady?
I did not.
Can't say I did.
That not only does he want say in play calling, which is fine, he should have say in play calling. He wants to have say in personnel.
Well, because look at what he just went through with New England. And
If you were an owner, would you do that?
The thing with me is, at the end of the day, he's 42, and I mean, we're making a big deal because he's, and by the way, I'm not sure I think he's the GOAT, but all the people that say he's got more rings. Beyond that, he's 42. His athleticism is declining. I don't care what.
Well, his athleticism was never
great to start with,
yeah.
Right? So, I think we're hyping this just because of a name, because I don't think he's going to move the needle that much for whoever he goes to. I really don't.
No.
So your answer would be no.
I wouldn't give him the say. No.
No, I wouldn't either.
The play calling doesn't bother me at all, and the say, yeah.
Well, he should be able to check into whatever he wants to at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly proven that he knows what the heck he's doing out there. Yeah.
I don't know why they don't allow most quarterbacks to do that.
Well, and you know why some. I mean,
Well, but they're not the top half of the quarterbacks.
You don't want Mitch Trubisky picking which play he's going to throw an interception on, do you?
Well, but look,
he is in a horrible situation. Trubisky is in a horrible situation. They have no running game and a lousy offensive line, so I hate to pile on him.
Yeah, and then they took away the read option for him, or RPO, so at least he had an outlet, and they took that, and when they put it back in, he was sort of okay for a little bit in there. I mean, he was. But
if you watched him, he spent more time on his back than he did anything else.
Well, that's, yeah.
Although you would have thought that Khalil Mack would have led him to a division title.
Things Norm hates.
Oh, I love that trade. They get another pick for him this year in this draft.
So my thing is, I think we're just hyping this because of a name, but I just don't see it moving the needle. Any of the places that are talked about, I mean, does he make the Raiders that much better? You're a Raiders fan, really?
I don't think so.
I mean, does he make
for the money that you're going to have to pay him?
Is he that much better than Phillip Rivers? I mean, they're both 106.
Yeah, but Brady doesn't throw interceptions.
Okay.
Phillip Rivers was awful
last year.
The last couple of years.
Okay.
Now, he might be a good fit in Gruden's system. Because Gruden's system is to quarterback to get the ball out of his hand, get it out quick, make quick decisions.
And the one I hear about all the time is, the Frisco thing. Okay, so Garoppolo.
Yeah, I don't get that.
But he's an upgrade over. Please help me understand what we're talking about here.
Well, and
I watched the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl too. I know what Garoppolo did. I was just shocked it took him that long to become himself.
Well, who should be going after him then?
It's either the Patriots work something out with a.
I mean, Rivers is a free agent. He's probably not coming back.
No, they've already said
Rivers is gone.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing is, okay, if you're a franchise, do you want Teddy Bridgewater or you want Tom Brady right now?
Is there a third choice?
Well, I think there's.
Depends how much you got to pay.
Well, you're going to pay both of them a bunch.
Yeah, either way you're paying.
Yeah, but you're paying Brady more.
I don't know about that. Teddy might get a 5-year deal in the 25 million range, and Brady, I don't think anybody's going to sign him for 5 years.
Oh, no, not at 42.
More per year. I'm not talking about the length of the contract.
Right.
There are no guaranteed contracts in the NFL anyway.
Yeah, but the cap hit for some of these with the bonus money, I think Bridgewater is going to count more. So if you bust with Bridgewater, it will be a bigger long-term bust for your franchise than what anybody's going to bust on Brady because it's only a 1-year deal or 2-year deal. If it's a 2-year deal for $60 million and he gets $30 million a year.
Yeah, but let's not dig the grave here for Tom Brady.
Oh, I
You
think
guys are
wherever he
making it
goes,
sound like, oh, he's done, he's washed up.
He drugged that Patriots offense with absolutely nothing into the playoffs last year.
yeah, I mean, quick, name me a receiver that
How
was
about
healthy
Denver?
at the end of the year.
Denver would be a good place.
No, it's where Peyton Manning went and lived out his final days. Barely.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, at least Elway would have somebody he couldn't goof up. Because, boy, the quarterback guru.
I mean, he ain't going to a team like Miami. That's not going to happen.
No, I mean, he's going to go somewhere where he thinks he can win.
Buffalo doesn't realize that they don't have their franchise quarterback. Giants, Jets.
Well, that's because they watch him throw the ball through a wall, the wrong wall.
He can throw it 80 yards.
Of course, if Prescott signs somewhere else, then Dallas is going to need a quarterback.
I just.
That is, if all their receivers can stay out of jail.
It's been a pretty good offseason. We're under 5.
DUI.
Anything in
Just this
Dallas
week.
that's under 5 is a good offseason. I've been a fan for a long time. I know how this goes. How many guys are accused of assault and battery, domestic violence, drugs? Nate Newton showing up with 2 trash bags full of weed in his van, or whatever. I mean, I've been through it all. I know. No, this has been a relatively tame offseason.
Could have been for personal use. How much was it?
Yeah.
Oh, there were like 2 trash bags.
It was like 300 pounds.
It was a boat. I mean, he was a big man. No one that big can go. Nope. You could have had a whole, what do they call it? Is it a herd of elephants? A tribe of elephants? I don't know. You could have sedated an entire herd of elephants with what he had in that van.
Just ask it.
I don't know. I think everyone's making a bigger deal, like that Brady goes somewhere and that team becomes a Super Bowl favorite. I mean, the pundits.
He's the most famous player in the NFL. So, I mean, that's why. And he's got more rings than anybody else.
But does he make another team a Super Bowl favorite? And I hope he goes somewhere else, because then we can solve the who is more important, Belichick or Brady debate for a little bit, right? Because the conspiracy theorists with he's not really that great, it's Belichick. And then the people, Belichick's not that great, it's Brady. Well, get them divorced and let's work this out, because that's what I'm interested in.
You figure it's got to be a team that's close.
Yeah, he's not
Broncos, Raiders, Niners.
I think the Raiders are not close.
With all your draft picks and everything, you're the most up-and-coming
They're still
team.
young yet.
I thought it was 8-8 last year, and they should be improving this year.
It was 7-9, but I don't think.
Okay, so now you're 9-7 or 10-6, and then the GOAT comes,
They're
and
not better than Kansas City. So it's we have to go. Thank heavens. We'll see you next week back here 11:30 a.m. on Sundays from our Roundtable show presented by Ralphie's.